Thank you so much, and God bless you. I look forward to visiting with everybody. Thank you.
At this stop, like so many others on her week-long bus tour of the state, Sanders is greeted by an enthusiastic crowd of supporters, eager to shake hands and snap pictures with who they hope will be the 47th governor.
And so
our conversation takes place inside her campaign's RV. We begin with the ongoing fight against COVID in Arkansas.
we have to make sure that we are not ripping away people's freedom to make the best decision for themselves and for their families. At the same time, we certainly want to protect people.
In July, Sanders wrote an opinion piece arguing against mask and vaccine mandates. She explained to readers why she made the choice to get vaccinated, but said it was not her place to tell others what to do. I asked if she had changed her mind about that as cases continue to rise.
Are you willing to recommend that Arkansans take the vaccine?
And I think that's what I did through the op-ed, is I wanted people to understand how I made that decision, the process that I went through. And again, I think it's important for people to be able to go through that process themselves and make the best decision for them.
She's also highly critical of President Biden's plan to mandate vaccinations for private employers.
For him to start mandating how businesses will operate is exactly what people have been afraid of, and frankly, one of the reasons I'm running for governor. We have to make sure that we have governors that are strong enough to push back against some of the out-of-control overreach coming out of Washington.
Sanders says as governor, she'll champion schools that prepare young people for the workforce rather than push them through the system.
We should make sure that when a kid graduates from either high school, a 2-year program, or a 4-year university, frankly, they're capable of doing something, that they're ready to go into the workforce.
She says she'll do it by expanding the school choice movement in Arkansas.
When your opponents hear school choice, they think this is a system that takes away from public education. It takes their best students. It takes their resources. Are you a strong supporter of public education?
Absolutely. I think that we should have great public schools, but I also think, and I like the term parental choice, because I think parents should get to decide how best to educate their kids, whether it's a public school, a home school, a private school, a Christian school, a charter school. Parents should be in control of the decisions that will best help their kids. But I think if our public schools in our state are failing, then we have failed the kids growing up in Arkansas.
Like her primary opponent, Leslie Rutledge, Sanders says she'll end Arkansas's income tax, though not right away.
I think we have to begin to phase out our income tax, but we have to do it responsibly. We have to make sure that we're prepared to make up that lost revenue. It's not going to be any one thing, but a collection of things that allow us to do that, and it'll take a little bit of time to get there. So I think one of the other things we can do is stop the exponential growth of government. As conservatives, we have to rein that in and be able to pass those savings on to the taxpayer.
Hey, I'm Sarah.
While the Sanders for Governor campaign may look traditional, it came about in an untraditional way. After all, few people have earned a presidential endorsement on their way out of the White House.
And folks, if we can get her to run for the governor of Arkansas, I think she'll do very well, and I'm trying to get her to do that.
But Sanders insists her reasons for running are more personal.
I love Arkansas. This is home for me. This is where I want my kids to grow up. It's where I hope my kids will stay and raise their own families. And I want to make sure that the Arkansas that I love is the same one my kids get to inherit.
Sanders' political roots run deep. She spent her childhood in the Arkansas governor's mansion, advised her father in his runs for the White House, helped both of Arkansas's U.S. senators reach Washington, and defended President Trump against a skeptical press. But she's never sought public office herself until now.
Temperament is a big part of leadership. What can Arkansans expect of your temperament as a leader? Would you be more like a President Trump, more like a Governor Hutchinson? What would they expect?
I think I've learned a lot from all the different people I've worked for. I'm not President Trump. I'm not my dad. I'm not Tom Cotton or John Bozeman. I'm Sarah Huckabee Sanders. And I'm very much my own person. I've learned a lot from each of those people. I think they can expect somebody who is competent but also compassionate, somebody who's going to lead with heart and look for the best ways to move our state forward.
Her opposition is fierce. Her critics challenge her credibility and her honesty. She has been the target of personal attacks and insults. But she says she hopes to make peace with Democrats in Arkansas.
Well, I think I would encourage them to sit down and have a conversation with me. Give me a chance. Let them hear what I'm about. I think one of the places where both Republicans and Democrats can agree is that we want to see Arkansas succeed. I think one of the best places to do that is to improve education, improve economic development, workforce development, our outdoor recreation. And I think there's probably a lot of common ground that some people can find and get behind.
Thank y'all so much for being here.
At age 39, Sanders is widely seen as a potential player in GOP politics at the national level. But as for her immediate future, she insists it will be in Arkansas.
If you win this election, will you commit to serving 4 years, the full 4-year term as governor of Arkansas?
I sure hope I get to serve a full 8 years. So I'd like to be governor for 2 full terms here in Arkansas.
But if President Trump were to call you and say, I want you to join the ticket, or if Ron DeSantis called you and said, I want you to join the ticket, you'd say no?
I don't see any of those things happening. My full focus is on serving the people of Arkansas.